Hi, I'm Matt from Subphase, and in this video we're going to be talking about different ways of connecting XLR speakers such as these to a device such as a laptop with a USB connector or a 3.5mm jack. So when we were starting out our business, we wanted great quality sound from these XLR speakers, but we didn't want to have to invest in a Presonus mixing desk that cost over £700. As we were just starting out, obviously we didn't have the budget for it. So we were looking at different options around online and we couldn't really find many. So we came up with a few options ourselves, and that's what we're going to be going through in this video.
So this is our first example. It's a 3.5 to XLR. I've got two male XLRs on the end here, and this 3.5 jack just goes straight into your headphones, and then the XLRs go straight into the female input on the back of your speakers. There's one disadvantage of this cable in particular. It's not very long, so it's easy. You really just throw some more cable in there and it extends the reach. All this does, it doesn't really affect the signal, it just means there's more cable. So the advantages of this are they're quite cheap. You can get them on sites such as Amazon, etc. We'll throw some links in the description. They are really easy to set up. There's also no external hardware required. There's really not a lot you can go wrong with this. Disadvantages are, as it is going where your headphones are, you cannot have any headphones for mixing, etc. They're converting stereo to mono just through one little cable, so it's not the most efficient way, and the signal is not always the best quality. And there's no real volume control either. It's just what you've got on the laptop or in whatever software you're using whilst you're gigging. No sliders, no real EQ either. This is just a cheap and simple way of connecting your speakers. You haven't got any other sort of hardware and you don't really want to spend a lot of money.
The second solution to this problem is a slightly more complex solution. This is an audio box USB by Presonus, and now it's a slightly more sizable investment. It's up for around £70 off westerdj.co.uk. We'll link that down in the description. Not only is it good for DJ mixing live and at gigs, it's also good for recording your own music, which we do a lot. So it's got two XLR and jack inputs on the front there, and it's got a whole range of different controls that controls the headphone volume and the main output. Now if you move around to the back here, you've got the main output here and the phones. So not only can you use jack outputs, you can also use separate jack headphones as well. To set up this audio box, all you need is a USB to MIDI. So you plug this in the back here, and you simply just plug it into your computer in the USB input. So there are different things that you need to configure on here before you actually use the audio box. So if you are on a Mac like we are here, you need to go into System Preferences and go onto Audio and select the output device as the audio box USB. That way all the audio is travelling through the audio box and out of the outputs available. So how with the jack output do we get it into a XLR input? Well, this is a handy cable here. It's a jack to female XLR. So there are different ways that you can use these. So the first way here is you plug it into the phone's output here, and you plug it right into the link of the speaker. Now if you have any spare XLR, you can daisy chain this speaker to the next speaker. Another way that you can use this to connect your XLR speakers is you can use two jack to XLRs. So now you can plug them in the left and the right output. So this allows panning across both speakers with songs with different things on different sides. You'll be able to get that full feel of what the song's supposed to sound like. So there are many pros of using this method. First one is it is an external hardware, so you don't have to use the volume controls on your own computer, which might not be the most sensitive. You've got separate headphone and main output controls here, which you can use separately, while you're also using jack headphones here. Also, as we have the left and the right outputs here, we can still use panning on each speaker, so you can still get that fulfilled sound experience. Another pro here is that the audio quality is much better. It's only mono to mono instead of the 3.5 to XLR, which is converting stereo to mono. And now sadly we have to move on to the cons of this device. It is a great little device, but it does come with some drawbacks. First of all, to get it to work with any software on the computer, you have to configure it with the system settings to get it to play all the outputs through this device. Now, that doesn't allow any room for any other devices that you do want to plug in, such as a 3.5mm jack. Also, the main output controls are quite sensitive. Any small bit that you move is quite a large difference on the volume of these speakers. So if you do want to move the volume quite delicately, which obviously you do on a slider, it's not quite as good as the slider for this purpose. Another slight drawback of this product is it doesn't have any specific XLR outputs, only jack outputs, which means you have to buy specific cables in order to get the job done. Jack to XLRs, they're quite hard to find. However, we did find some on the internet and we will link those in the description. Although the build is small here and there are no sliders to be seen, it's still a lot cheaper than getting a conventional desk, which is going to be anywhere up to £700. Although this doesn't have sliders, it still has all the controls that you need. Thank you for watching. Please like if you did enjoy this video or if you learned anything new at all.
And please feel free to subscribe and let us know if you'd like more content like this.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks.